In a relatively wide open space in Konoha, Hinata, Inuzuka Kiba, and Shino, who were training for the Chunin exam, were sweating profusely and panting heavily at the moment. But they stopped suddenly and looked up at the figure that suddenly appeared in the distance. Is that Uchiha Sasuke? Tooth is a bit surprised. What is Sasuke doing here? After watching the fight between Sasuke and Neji yesterday, there is no one who does not remember Sasuke. Coupled with the fact that they are from the same class, I am quite impressed with Sasuke. But their teacher, Hong, stood up and waved towards Sasuke. Sasuke walked towards Kurenai Yuhi. At the same time, Sasuke glanced in the direction of Hinata and others. Hyuga Hinata. This girl is Sasuke's favorite female character. I'm afraid there is no one who doesn't like the beautiful and considerate little Hinata who has always been single-minded. But at this age of Hinata, Sasuke doesn't want to do anything to her. After all, it's illegal. Sasuke-san, welcome to our 8th class for exchange and study. Kurenai Yuhi smiled and looked at Sasuke. Exchange learning 29? Sasuke has a bad feeling about this statement. Since you're here, let's compete with your former classmates. Hearing this, Sasuke secretly thought that nothing good will happen. Compete with Hinata and the others, it's not challenging at all. It is completely for the red as a tool. Okay, you guys, come over here. It happens that the number 1 in your class, Uchiha Sasuke, is here. Want to discuss with you, do you want to come and try? Hearing this, Hinata and the others froze for a moment. Competing with Sasuke, isn't that looking for abuse? They saw how fierce this guy was yesterday. There is absolutely no chance of winning against him. Teacher, Yurihong didn't wait for Ya to finish speaking and directly interrupted him. Teacher, I didn't expect you to win, but it is a rare opportunity to compete with others and let you feel your own shortcomings. Seeing this, Sasuke also understood that he might not be able to escape as a migrant worker. Who told himself to ask for others, but it can't be white hits. Teacher Hong, there is no problem in sparring with them, but I don't know if Teacher Hong is willing to teach me some housekeeping skills after the sparring is over. When Yanheng understood what Sasuke meant, it's too early for no profit. Don't worry, if you know how to learn, I can teach you. But boy, let me say it first. Illusion is not as simple as you think. Although you have the blessing of Sharingan, illusion is not easy to master. Saying that, Hong sneered in her heart. If you want to learn illusion, even a very talented illusion ninja will take a few days to master a simple illusion. Even the Uchiha clan with the Sharingan, no talent for illusion is no talent for illusion. Having a Sharingan does not mean that everyone has a strong illusion talent. Sasuke nodded, no problem. It seems that you are very confident in yourself, let's start. Saying that, Hong beckoned and asked the 3 of them to come over. Decide who will fight Sasuke first. Looking at the hesitant 3 people, Sasuke said directly, let's go together. Try to hurry up, don't waste time. When Yanheng glanced at Sasuke in surprise, she clearly looked down on his students. There is still a big difference between 3 people together and 1 by 1. Hong looked at Ya and the others. How is it? See it? This is what you look like in the eyes of others. If this is the case, then you 2 go together. If you want to be respected by others, you need to show your own strength. Don't embarrass me. Saying that, Hong turned around and walked to the side with her hands in her hands. And Kakashi, who was hiding in the dark at the moment, watched Sasuke's actions. I forgot to teach this guy to keep a low profile. If you look down on the red disciple like this, Sasuke will suffer when he teaches illusion later. It's not that Sasuke looks down on them, it's just that he wants to go faster. Don't waste your precious time. Originally, Sasuke doesn't have enough time now, so how can he have extra time to play house with a few children? Shino adjusted his glasses. That's interesting too. Tooth, are you ready? Hearing that, Inuzuka had long been a little impatient, although he admitted that he was not Sasuke's opponent in a 10-to-10 situation. But 1-to-3 still looks down on themselves and others so much. Ya has long vowed in his heart to make Sasuke look good. Otherwise, they would be ashamed and ashamed. Hinata, get ready. Come as we planned. Although Hinata is a little shy and has a weak personality, when she really starts to fight, she still quickly entered the fighting state. He came directly to Shino's side, and at the same time, his white eyes opened instantly. Assume the gentle fist pose of the Hyuga clan. The two were at the back, and Ya was alone in front, so they jumped onto Ya. It seems that Ya should be the main attacker, and Hinata is responsible for assisting, and at the same time intercepting the enemy's attack on Shino. The Aburame family is still very strong, at least in the early stage. As long as Aburame Shino seizes the opportunity, he can kill the enemy instantly. Their parasites are indeed not easy to guard against. Then I'm here, Sasuke, teeth through the teeth. Boom. Kiba and Akamaru, who turned in an instant, used the transformation technique to directly launch their unique skills. At this level of attack, Sasuke stood where he was. Teeth are not difficult to resist, but the bad bugs of the Aburame family need to be paid attention to. So, 010 now Sasuke's choice is Chidori Stream. In an instant, the Sharingan was activated, and chakra was precisely controlled by Sasuke. Chidori suddenly started, and after a pleasant birdsong sounded, thunder and lightning spread throughout the body. Hong, who was about to watch a good show, froze for a moment. This is Kakashi, who was hiding in the dark, was also a little surprised. This is Chidori's application skills. Sasuke, the brat, actually developed such a trick with Chidori. The thunder all over the body can be attacked or defended. Boom. Zzz. The incoming Kiba and his Akamaru were easily blocked by Chidori. The high-intensity electric current directly paralyzes the tooth's body. Immediately afterwards, it bounced off directly. The tooth that fell to the ground looked at Sasuke in disbelief. What kind of move is this? To use lightning style to defend. At this moment, the tooth is not considered to have lost its fighting power. But the next second Sasuke raised his hand to face him. Thunder splashed from the fingertips. Lightning style, discharge. Crackling. Zzz. The electric light flickered, and Fang let out a dull cry. Unable to move his body, he could only stare at Sasuke with wide-eyed eyes. Hateful. Sasuke glanced at the teeth on the ground. Fix one first, then the next one. His eyes turned slightly, and Sasuke's next target was locked. Hinata. Hong lightly squeezed his shoulder. His own disciple, Inuzuka Ya, is also very good in terms of strength. Ordinary genin can be easily resolved in front of the teeth. But today, tooth was easily solved by Sasuke. Although the tooth is lying on the ground now, it is only because of the lightning style that the body cannot move and is paralyzed for a short time. But if it is a real battle, there may already be two more kunai on the chest now. At this time, only one hidden weapon is needed to end Ya's life. Tooth. Hinata is still worried about teeth. But at this moment, Hong had a bad premonition, seeing Hinata let down his vigilance. It's simply too unreasonable, and you should not relax for a moment in the face of a strong enemy. When your companion is injured, you need to keep an eye on the enemy at all times. Lightning style, Lei Shun. Sasuke formed a mudra with one hand, and the moment he made this movement, Sasuke raised his hand and threw two shurikens straight towards Jinao. Shino's reaction was also very fast, directly controlling the swarm to block the hidden weapons in the air. It can be next second. Crackling. The terrifying roar of thunder suddenly exploded. The astonishing sound directly made Shino's ears feel a tinnitus. At the same time, there was a brief gap in the control of parasites. Suddenly a thunderbolt appeared in front of him, and looking from the edge of the field of vision, a huge thunderbolt suddenly appeared in the sky. The traces left by the lightning flashing across the air have not had time to disappear. Beep. A dull impact sounded. Shino hurriedly looked to the side, only to see that Hinata, who was supposed to be in charge of guarding him, had already flown upside down. A charged fist appeared in his vision. Sasuke punched, and with the power of lightning-style discharge, directly blasted Hinata away. What a terrifying speed! What ninjutsu is this? At this moment, Shino's mind went blank and he couldn't react at all. Hong was also stunned. This kid, hadn't he used his full strength when he fought against the Hyuga's little devil before? This amazing speed, even Jonin is afraid. Zzz. With a big wave of Sasuke's hand, the thunder and lightning seemed to turn into a net in an instant, wrapping towards Shino's direction. Shino's eyelids twitched wildly. The concealed weapon is just a feint. Too bad. It fell into the trap. If the group of parasites hadn't been released, then he could find a way to block this move. But right now, there is absolutely no way. Although it seems that the power should not be strong, but the speed is too fast. There was simply no time to react too much. Shino, who was instantly enveloped by lightning, had no time to release the parasites in his body. The whole person was paralyzed like a tooth and fell to the ground unable to move. Bang, bang, bang. In the next second, 3 voices sounded simultaneously. Kiba, Hinata, and Shino looked to their right side at the same time. A stalk of kunai was inserted obliquely on their right side. If Zhuangnai deviates a little in their direction, then the 3 of them will be pierced through the head by kunai in an instant, and they can't die anymore. Lost. The 3 of them were very surprised. It took less than 5 seconds from the beginning of the battle to the present. This is the end? At the same age, there is even an advantage in numbers. They were defeated by Sasuke so easily, powerful, too strong, not on the same level of earnestness at all. The paralysis effect disappeared quickly, and the 3 of them stood up one after another and looked at Sasuke, who was still calm. In an instant, the faces of the 3 of them became a little gloomy, and the blow this time was not small. Hong was also quite surprised, although she also felt that Sasuke could win, but at least she had to go through a fierce battle. Did not expect so soon. In 5 seconds, he easily dealt with his 3 disciples. This was embarrassing for her. Sorry, teacher, we lost. The 3 lowered their heads, and Hong couldn't blame the 3 of them. He just nodded lightly. You guys should practice hard too. The enemy is not at the same level as you at all. Don't worry too much about it. Today's battle is just to let you feel the level of a truly powerful person. Having said that, Hong already felt a little regretful. Letting Sasuke play against the 3 of them was simply a crazily blow to the self-confidence of the 3 of them. This stinky brat is really, he doesn't even know how to show mercy. If he knew that Hong thought so, Sasuke would be wronged. Haven't you shown mercy yet? I've already held back most of my strength. Even the lightning-style discharge was not fully utilized. Otherwise, they would not be as simple as being paralyzed. Even an electric discharge would be enough to injure them. After all, they are indeed not opponents at the same level. For Sasuke, they are equivalent to adults bullying children. Sasuke, you win, come with me. I will guide you in the practice of illusion. The 3 of them were stunned when they heard this. Did Sasuke come here today to let their teacher teach him illusion? A person with such strong ninjutsu, why would he deliberately learn illusion? Sasuke should only need to know how to dispel the illusion. Does his strength still need illusions? With a gloomy red face, Sasuke had a bad feeling. The 2 of them didn't go far, they just walked aside. Hong looked at Sasuke indifferently. This brat didn't want to save himself any face. Then let Sasuke suffer some pain later. Hinata raised his teeth and looked up at Sasuke in the distance. Such a strong force. It's as powerful as my father. How can Sasuke-kun at this age be so fishy? While she was thinking, Jiao Red has already started digging holes for Sasuke. Learning illusion is not as easy as you think. No matter how much you say, it's better to experience it yourself. Only by feeling the illusion can you understand the illusion. Let you experience the simplest and basic illusion first. See if you have the talent to learn illusion. After Hong finished speaking, she didn't seem to intend to ask Sasuke if he was willing. Immediately raise your hand to form a seal, and quickly cast the illusion demon. Sasuke also said that he made some preparations. But the world in front of him suddenly changed in the next second. Sasuke froze for a moment. Is this an illusion? In an instant, in Sasuke's field of vision, the picture changed drastically. This feeling is really amazing. At the same time, Sasuke also felt for the first time that his chakra flow was controlled. Didn't flow according to my will at all. The world is changing. Everything around has undergone earth-shaking changes. Sasuke stared at everything around, watching these novel changes. The whole person didn't break free immediately but was immersed in it. And Hong looked at Sasuke, whose expression had gradually become dull. Humph. Give you a little bit of bitterness, you brat. The smile raised at the corner of the red mouth made Kakashi, who was observing secretly, feel a little uncomfortable. With such a witch-like smile, Kurenai Yuhi is obviously planning to punish Sasuke. As a phantom ninja, even if she has become Konoha's elite Jonin, as a woman, Hong is very vengeful. Boom! In the next second, flames appeared in Sasuke's spiritual world. The surrounding flames instantly engulfed Sasuke. Feel the burn of the fire. Sasuke froze for a moment, the burning sensation that seemed real was too strong. Is this the charm of illusion? No wonder Uchiha Itachi loves illusion so much. But Sasuke easily made the burning sensation disappear in the next second. After all, the essence of illusion is to control one's own chakra. Sasuke can let Yurihong control her own chakra, so she can also choose not to let her control it. Even 503 can choose how much to let Hong control. Get rid of the feeling brought by the illusion, and only keep the basic operation of the illusion, so that Sasuke can clearly feel how the illusion attacks. This kind of thing is simply too easy for Sasuke. But it's just to experience the illusion, and actually wants to burn herself with flames. Hong Shihi is obviously not a simple teaching. It's not that Sasuke can't walk when he sees a woman. Since this woman wants to show her off, she can't sit still. Just right. Try it. Sasuke's Sharingan is turning slowly. Jungong was preparing to add some ingredients to Sasuke, and then ended the moment when Sasuke suffered a lot and had a long memory. Sasuke raised his head suddenly, and 3 Tomo Sharingan turned suddenly. Red looked into Sasuke's eyes. In the next second, her eyes were a little dull. In the space of illusion, Hong looked at everything around him in a daze. She hadn't figured out what was going on, and the flames enveloped her instantly in the next second. Hong felt the burning of the fire, and cried out in pain. But at this time, Hong suddenly reacted, CJEF. That kid actually bounced the illusion back to me. Hong, who instantly released the illusion, opened her eyes and looked at Sasuke, who was smiling but not smiling. This brat. Hong gently clenched her fists. At this moment, Sasuke 3 Tomo Sharingan was staring at Hong. Teacher Hong's illusion is indeed very strong, but some things beyond what beginners should try, shouldn't appear. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen next time. Being threatened by a kid, Hong stomped her feet angrily. I really want to beat up Sasuke. If I don't see Sasuke is very young, and I wanted to play tricks on Sasuke just now, it's not easy to make use of it at this time. Thinking of this, Hong couldn't get angry. Isn't it just relying on the special ability brought by Sharingan to bounce back the illusion to me? Very well, I'm going to see you, little brat. How about your ability to learn illusion? If you can't learn it, get out of here quickly. Kurenai Yuhi, who wanted to make Sasuke disappear, looked at Sasuke coldly. Very well, it seems that the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan really lives up to its reputation. Hearing this, Sasuke smiled. This is to attribute all the credit to Sharingan. Don't you recognize this as your own ability? Since Sharingan is so helpful to illusion, then I will teach you a powerful illusion. Saying that, Hong directly skipped the basic part of the illusion, and directly explained to Sasuke the illusion that he was going to teach next. Illusion Sanwei Sakura. Game move. Squat on the ground, let the enemy see the illusion of flower petals, and take the opportunity to attack. This illusion is an advanced illusion, not to mention the harsh conditions for its activation, and it consumes a lot of chakra at the same time. For Hong, unless he can kill with one hit, he usually would not choose to use this illusion. Hong directly and quickly handed over all the seals, principles, and brains to Sasuke. An advanced illusion was explained by Hong in less than 10 seconds. It doesn't matter whether Sasuke can understand or not, just let Sasuke come and try. Seeing this, Kakashi in the dark sighed silently. Sure enough, it's troublesome to provoke a woman, and Sasuke is really too, don't you know how to bear it? Although Kakashi is worried about Sasuke's loss, he is more worried about Sasuke's frustration because he can't learn ninjutsu. It's okay if you really can't learn it, but Hong obviously wants to make things difficult for Sasuke. So that's it, I understand, Sasuke said calmly. Looking at Kurenai Yuhi in front of him, a smile appeared on Sasuke's face. Hong froze for a moment. Understood. What did this guy say? I spoke so fast that I didn't even mention many details. Does this count as understanding? Are you kidding? I'm afraid I want to scare myself on purpose. Oh. Then you can try it. Release the illusion on me, let me see how you are doing. While talking, sakura flowers fell from the sky inexplicably. Hong froze for a moment. Where did the sakura flowers come from? In the next second, Hinata's voice sounded. Teacher, sakura flowers are so beautiful this season. Yaziya complained. Sakura flowers are so beautiful and boring. Teacher, my worms are not used to flowers, can we leave this place quickly? Hong nodded dumbly. Teacher, how do you feel now? Suddenly Sasuke's voice sounded. Hong suddenly came back to his senses, and looked at Sasuke in horror. If Sasuke hadn't woken her up just now, I'm afraid she would have fallen into the illusion directly. It's so scary. Illusion? Have you studied illusion? Sasuke shook his head. Of course not, if you have learned from me, why do you let the teacher teach you all the time? Then your illusion just now, how could it be so realistic? Lifelike? Realistic? Sasuke was just casually trying to unleash the illusion? And the illusion is released directly through the Sharingan, omitting the part of the seal. This can be regarded as the talent of the Uchiha clan. Hong looked at Sasuke, and suddenly became a little agitated. A born phantom ninja. She directly grabbed Sasuke's hands. Your illusion talent is the strongest person I have ever seen. Even without the help of Sharingan, your illusion talent is unique. Kakashi in the dark almost fell off the roof. It never occurred to him in his dreams that he was still full of malice toward Sasuke just now. Now holding Sasuke is like seeing some rare treasure. The eyes looking at Sasuke seemed to want to eat Sasuke. Kakashi was speechless. Women are too fickle. Didn't you all hate Sasuke just now? Do you want to give Sasuke a hard blow? This sudden change too. Boy, listen to me, you are wasting your talent by following Kakashi. Adore me as your teacher. I will teach you illusion, and I guarantee that you will become the strongest illusion ninja in the entire Konoha. No. It should be said that the entire ninja world. You have Uchiha's Sharingan, plus your pervert illusion talent, you will definitely be the strongest illusion ninja in the future. The excited Hong didn't notice now. The three disciples beside him are completely dumbfounded now. This guy, Uchiha Sasuke, has learned their teacher's illusion. And it seems like they made their teacher completely crazy because of Sasuke's talent. Is this guy really that scary? Damn it, why is Kakashi able to have a disciple like you? No, I have to apply with third generation to let you join my class. Your talent for illusion cannot be wasted. The three guys I took over don't have any illusion talent, only you Sasuke. Your illusion talent will make you a very powerful ninja. Hong seemed very worried that this guy Sasuke would run away. Both hands firmly grasped Sasuke's shoulders, not intending to let go at all. And at this time Kakashi also appeared. Red, it's not good for you. Sasuke is from my 7th class. Go away, Kakashi. Sasuke, I won't give up no matter what. Sure enough, as he expected, Sasuke not only has a talent for learning illusion, but also an extremely pervert talent. Why are you so optimistic about Sasuke? Why? Hong seemed to have found someone to describe his surprising discovery. Quickly began to explain Sasuke's horror to Kakashi. Have you seen any ninjas who can easily master ninjutsu if they can learn ninjutsu for the first time? And it's an advanced illusion. This kid learned it not only after listening to it once, but even made me fall into the illusion. A talent like Sasuke is a waste in your hands. Only when he comes to me can his illusion talent be truly brought into play. You can learn it once you see it. Kakashi has known about this kind of thing for a long time, and he still remembers it vividly. Not to mention that Sasuke has now activated the three-hook jade, and can easily copy any ninjutsu, even if Sasuke has not activated Sharingan. That terrifying talent is still beyond Kakashi's comprehension. He looked at the excited Red in front of him, as if he saw himself yesterday. How similar. Red, listen to me, it's not necessarily a good thing for you to make him your disciple. Fart, anyway, I will not let Sasuke go, no matter what you say. Finally Konoha has such a ninja with illusion talent. Yurihong directly turned on the roaring mode. You guys can all find a suitable heir, and me, after so many years, I finally found a Yakumo. Looking back. Anyway, now Sasuke, I will never give up no matter what. Kakashi looked at Sasuke, and Sasuke looked at Kakashi. The former is asking Sasuke's opinion, while the latter is showing a sinister smile. Suddenly Kakashi seemed to understand what Sasuke wanted to do. This kid, doing so may cause Hong to suffer a serious blow. Forget it. That scene is too cruel, I still don't want to watch it. Thinking of this, Kakashi gave Hong a friendly reminder. Hong, you'd better be mentally prepared first. Saying that, Kakashi disappeared immediately. Hong froze for a moment. Kakashi compromised so easily. She thought she was going to fight Kakashi for a long time. But Kakashi is gone, so Sasuke is hers. Okay, Teacher Hong, let's continue. I still want to learn more magic beds. Of course there is no problem. The teacher can teach you as much as you want. It is rare to meet a seedling of a phantom ninja, and Hong can be said to be responsive. Hinata and others who were watching were a little jealous. My own teachers have never been so kind to them. That delicate, soft-spoken appearance, as if afraid of disturbing Sasuke if she speaks louder. How much can you teach? Sasuke smiled sinisterly. That would be great. In the evening, Sasuke was walking home. Illusion is wonderful. Sasuke had a satisfied smile on his face, and now in another place. Yurihong looks like a twilight old man, sitting on a park bench, looking listlessly at the sunset as if he had been hollowed out. Behind him, Hinata and others also looked extremely depressed. Kakashi in the dark sighed silently at this moment. I've said it all. Be mentally prepared, why don't you listen? Now Hong is still muttering to himself. Monster, it's really a monster. That brat actually learned all my illusions, all in one afternoon. And the power of illusion is even stronger than mine. Although there is a Sharingan. But that kid is just a three-god jade, not a Mangekyo Sharingan. How could the illusion be so powerful? Think back to those illusions. Even if Hong knew it was an illusion, she had to admit it. It's so real. Even the details are incredibly realistic. The wind that blows on the face is incomparably real. Red has never encountered such a situation. Is this the genius of illusion? Ordinary phantom ninjas simply cannot compare with them. And Hinata and others witnessed how Sasuke conquered their teacher step by step, and made their teacher suffer a lot. As disciples, the three of them are also very depressed now. It turns out that the gap between people is so big. They also try to learn illusion, but the difficulty of learning illusion is too great. It is simply impossible to learn. In this case, Sasuke, in one afternoon, learned all the illusions of their teacher without fail. They even surpassed their teachers. That monster. I never want to see him again. Sasuke, who came home, recalling the various illusions taught by Yurihong this afternoon. Although these illusions have different names, they are used in different ways. But in the hands of Sasuke, it can be summed up as illusion. Look at your own panel. Illusion mastered, Sharingan illusion, small accomplishment. After an afternoon of study, every time I learn an illusion, my Sharingan illusion can be improved a bit. In just one afternoon, Sasuke went from a beginner to a small success. Among them, the sunset red is indispensable. Sasuke is very grateful to this woman, and really gave her everything. Great, Red said, my illusion is very real. To be honest, Sasuke doesn't know why this happens. There is nothing special about Sasuke's illusion. At most, it's just releasing illusions directly through Sharingan. 757. Transform all other types of illusions into visual system illusions. Through the eyes, it is possible to cast illusions on those who are looking at each other. Just like a weasel. But Itachi's illusion is powerful because Itachi's eyes are Mangekyo, and secondly, Tsukuyomi exists in Itachi's pupil technique. It shows that Itachi itself is a talent for illusion eyes. However, Itachi also has the talent of ninjutsu, so he also has the pupil art of Amaterasu. Then it's normal for his illusion to be blessed. But Sasuke himself is 3 Tomo Sharingan, not Mangekyo Sharingan, who can make illusions so real. Then what is the reason? Could it be because of pupil power? If there is anything different about Sasuke's Sharingan, then the only thing that can be said is different. Sasuke's pupil power is very strong. Because of practicing the Sharingan advanced practice method, Sasuke's pupil power has grown explosively. It seems that the enhancement of pupil power will not only increase the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan in the future, but also have an unexpected effect on the blessing of my illusion at this stage. Then for such a flower, the enemy who will fight against me in the future will have to add another restriction. Absolutely don't look me in the eye. Sasuke looked at 3 Tomo Sharingan in the mirror. The 3 rotating hook jades are indeed very different. Now Sasuke can feel that his gaze is not just a psychedelic feeling. It even revealed a slight sense of oppression. Coercion from the Sharingan. Although it is very faint, but if you continue to strengthen your pupil power, maybe one day. Sasuke only needs to turn on the Sharingan and stare at the enemy, and the enemy will be directly ejected. Speaking of which, Sharingan came from being upgraded with supercilious eyes. In the final analysis, it also belongs to Baian, and Baian already has a trick, Baian coercion. Then it seems that it is not too strange for Sharingan to awaken coercion. The Sharingan practice method is simply amazing. Sasuke thought that now he couldn't bear to start practicing Sharingan again. Sure enough, something like blood succession boundary, the more you use it, the more addictive it will be. Sasuke didn't think so before, but the more he uses Sharingan now, the more Sasuke feels that the ninjutsu he usually practiced is simply too boring. Still, Sharingan is handsome, not only handsome but also powerful. Simply invincible. Open black lens bracket comprehensive evaluation. Averaged Chunin close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for successfully raising his overall strength to averaged Chunin close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Chakra attribute rewards can be collected. Close black lens bracket. Attribute enhancement. Any attribute chakra can be enhanced to enhance the power of nature transformation. Award? Sure enough, as I expected, my short board is illusion. And after the illusion was improved, his overall evaluation was also improved. Good. But the pattern of the system is still the same high. I am already like this, and I can instantly kill the illusion ninja Yurihong with illusion. He even said that he is an ordinary Chunin. Open black lens bracket host, please continue to work hard. If you successfully obtain the Chunin qualification, you can get chakra attribute reward 2 close black lens bracket. Attribute increase. One of the 5 elements chakra attributes can be obtained, and the corresponding attribute nature transformation can be directly mastered. The attributes already owned will not be obtained repeatedly. There is also reward 2. Open the 3rd chakra attribute. Good. Although according to the original work, Sasuke basically has all the attributes of chakra. But possessing and mastering are 2 different things. If you don't master the corresponding chakra nature transformation, you can't use the ninjutsu of that attribute. Even if it is used by Sharingan, its power will be greatly reduced. Because without mastering nature transformation, the power of ninjutsu naturally cannot be restored. But now the system's reward directly allows Sasuke to master the nature transformation corresponding to a certain attribute. Although Sasuke can master it by himself, it is too time-consuming. Sasuke's time was already running out. This reward too is not bad. It seems that the Chunin exam must be passed. The current reward for strengthening this attribute is even more perfect. Strengthen the power of chakra nature transformation. In other words, with the same amount of chakra and the same technique, the power released by Sasuke is more terrifying than other ninjas. If we talk about the upgrade of ninjutsu, it means that when a single ninjutsu is cast, the control power of nature transformation is the responsibility. Then this attribute strengthening is a direct overall improvement. A full set of skill upgrades straight to Sasuke. This is simply not too cool. Enhance lightning style. The choice of attribute enhancement is naturally different. The ability of lightning Sasuke himself likes very much, and the second is also the most appetite for Sasuke. And the attack power is powerful, and at the same time it is extremely cool. Doesn't upgrade what lightning style upgrades. Open black lens bracket enhancing lightning style nature transformation close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket enhancement completed close black lens bracket. The speed of the system is extremely fast, and Sasuke has not felt any change yet. The strengthening of the system is over. Is this the end? It doesn't seem to be any different. Sasuke was a little puzzled. He raised his hand to release a bolt of lightning to come out and take a look. Lightning style, discharge, crackling, crackling. Originally Sasuke just planned to release a little Raiden 0.3. But in the next second, the lightning splashed on Sasuke's fingertips, as if he had taken a stimulant. A thunder net burst out and flickered frantically on Sasuke's chest. It's just that the thunder that drilled out from between the fingers has been strengthened to this extent? At this level before, it can only emit a small thunder snake like an electronic lighter, and it is no problem to use it to light a fire or something. But now it's the same, this directly exploded a net of lei. This increase in power is not a little bit. Excitement flashed in Sasuke's eyes. It seems that tonight, the training of Sharingan will be postponed a little bit. If lightning style can burst out with this kind of power, then there are many moves in Sasuke's mind that can be realized. Due to the problem of the amount of chakra, I have been unable to try the tricks. Now it seems that I can try to develop it myself. Sasuke can't wait to drive out Konoha overnight. He came directly to the secret base he was looking for. After the lightning style was strengthened, Sasuke couldn't wait to try how strong this power is. The first is what kind of changes can be brought about if the most basic lightning style discharge is released normally. When Sasuke tries to activate the ability, in the next second, lightning appeared, but the movement brought about by the lightning style eruption is completely different from before. If we say that the previous lightning style is like current winding around the body. So now Sasuke is the real thunderbolt, the roaring thunder directly vented frantically. Even if it was just a normal release, Sasuke looked at the extremely violent thunder on his arm. This is what can be called lightning style. Saying that, Sasuke raised his hand and a thunderbolt erupted instantly. The flashing thunder shot straight ahead in an instant. The violent thunder and lightning directly pierced through the two trees, leaving a small dark hole in the trunk. The penetrating power is so terrifying. The power of the enhanced lightning style is too amazing. 29 Even Sasuke can't help getting excited now. If it is this power, then many moves imagined in Sasuke's mind can be realized. Even the simplest throwing of hidden weapons can add lightning style. Not only can the thrown hidden weapons have the paralysis effect of lightning style, but more importantly, lightning style can also increase the speed of hidden weapons. Throwing a concealed weapon like lightning, even if it's just a hidden weapon attack, it's probably not something ordinary people can withstand. Lightning is magnetic, and the previous lightning style was too weak to achieve this effect. It takes a lot of chakra to do it, so Sasuke didn't try it, but now the power of lightning style has increased dramatically. Even a small amount of chakra can burst out a powerful lightning style. Then this idea can be realized naturally. Sasuke opened his eyes, and lightning burst out from Sasuke's eyes. Raising his hands accompanied by flashes of thunder and lightning, Sasuke's hands waved. A stick of kunai flew out of Sasuke's hand with a thunderbolt. The spurted kunai flew towards the distance quickly, shuttling through the forest like lightning. In the blink of an eye, it flew a distance of tens of meters, and accurately hit a distant stone. At the same time, the power brought by the ultra-fast speed is also very powerful, directly breaking the stone easily. Coupled with the potentially destructive power of lightning style, a small rock is as fragile as tofu. Just a hidden weapon can bring about such a big change. Now Sasuke completely wants to strengthen chakra of all his attributes. This enhanced lightning style is completely different from the previous lightning style. Sasuke raised his hand to try to gather lightning. Gather as many thunderbolts as possible. Crackling, sizzling. The incomparably irritable thunder gathered crazily in Sasuke's hands, but this was just a purely unskilled focused thunder. Although the momentum is huge, it cannot reach Chidori's destructive power. And Sasuke also found a problem. The speed of clustering lightning is a bit slow. One is because the amount of chakra I have is too small for the moves I want to develop next. Secondly, the gathering speed of thunder and lightning can't keep up. If you want to achieve the level of the move you imagined at this speed, I'm afraid it will take several hours to prepare for it. Even if it is developed, it is useless. The move that Sasuke wants to develop requires a lot of lightning. And what Sasuke wants to develop is Ray Welcome. Enel's species level ultimate move from One Piece world. This move of Lei Ying can destroy an island in an instant. It seems, the current me is still too far away. But even if Sasuke chakra is enough and wants to develop this trick, Sasuke still feels that he is almost something. First of all, the gathering speed of lightning is too slow, even chakra is enough. He wanted to gather a terrifyingly huge thunderball comparable to Lei Ying's. The time required is too long, not suitable for instant combat at all. How can it be shortened? Sasuke suddenly thought of a person, Fire Fist Ace. Emperor Yan also felt that his power was not much worse than Lei Ying's. Regardless of whether it is Ace or Enel, when they used this large-scale move, they had 10 abilities to assist them. Ace is to use fire to create fire, Yan Ring. But Enel took a trick and used the arc proverbs to generate electricity. That being said, you can figure it out yourself. Use your own lightning style to attract natural energy and turn it into lightning soon. This idea suddenly appeared, and Sasuke's eyes lit up with a light. Thanks to the mantra seal, Sasuke has become more and more comfortable with the use of natural energy recently, even this method of absorbing natural energy. Sasuke thinks that maybe it can be done not only through spell seal, but also by other methods. What if the lightning style is used to imitate the curse seal, so as to absorb natural energy, and forcibly use the natural energy to strengthen lightning style? It might work. Closing his eyes, Sasuke suddenly opened them. Sharingan. The next operation needs to be controlled by ultimate. After all, the power of lightning style is very difficult to control. If you don't show the spirit of 120 points, it may be dangerous. Sasuke's Sharingan turned on with all his strength, and in the next second his body was surrounded by Thunderbolt 580. Immediately afterwards, these thunderbolts spread rapidly, causing the surrounding ground to become pitch black after being burned by lightning. However, it was on the dark ground all around. As the light of lightning style flickered, the same strange blue runes slowly emerged. This is suddenly the same as Sasuke's curse seal, but the difference is that what was originally a flame-like pattern is now a thunderbolt pattern. Soon after these lightning-style patterns were condensed, they suddenly turned into lightning and swept straight towards the sky. Crackling, 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 thunder and lightning roared one after another. Thunderbolts rose around Sasuke one after another, and were slowly spreading. The air gathered in Sasuke's direction for no reason. It was as if some inexplicable force around Sasuke's body was absorbing something from the air. Boom boom boom. Sasuke suddenly opened his eyes, carefully feeling the power of lightning style that filled his surroundings. It's finished? Sasuke himself couldn't believe it, but it was really possible. Use lightning style to imitate curse marks, absorb natural energy directly, and form inexhaustible lightning style power. Looking at the flickering thunder and lightning around his side, as well as the water flowing like lightning gathered under his feet. This move is called Thunder Kai. Open black lens bracket. Are you sure you want to create lightning-style ninjutsu? Lei Kai close black lens bracket. Sasuke suddenly heard the sound of the system. I was stunned for a moment. This was the first time the system actually asked me if I was sure to create a ninjutsu. What a situation. Doesn't the system think it's not good to find a new technique? The Thunder Pond is a technique developed by combining the power of the curse seal. As long as it is kept open, Sasuke can continuously obtain the power of thunder. This technique is not considered powerful. Friendly reminder. This ninjutsu can continue to be improved. The preparation time is too long, and the comprehensive evaluation is tasteless ninjutsu. What? Too long to prepare? Sasuke didn't feel it at all. Maybe he was too immersed in the development of ninjutsu. He didn't feel that it was too long at all. I just feel that the time to display the thunder pool may not be too short. Unlock the thunder pool, and this time Sasuke tries to cast it again. Really, the preparation time is indeed too long. He didn't feel anything before, but when he figured it out, he suddenly realized that he just kept standing still for a while. It's been more than 10 minutes, it took a lot of preparation time, and it was still standing still and unable to move. Indeed, as the system commented, it was a tasteless ninjutsu. The preparation time must be shortened, a full 10 minutes, no enemy will foolishly wait for me for 10 minutes. It was not a race against time in the battle, and an unknown number of people could be killed in 10 minutes. Sasuke closed his eyes, hoping to try to improve some. But Sasuke's level cannot be achieved at present. Perhaps going to Orochimaru's place, combined with Orochi's knowledge of the curse seals, can make some improvements. But even if it is improved, it may not be able to quickly form this technique. After all, the power of this technique lies here, and it is impossible to complete it quickly. But in any case, it is impossible to prepare for such a long time. If it is said that it takes a few minutes to prepare, it can still be moved. This is fine. By the way, I can join the seal. If it is combined with not printing, it should be improved. First of all, Sasuke should have no problem moving. The second is to shorten some preparation time. Adding knot seals, like the technique developed by Sasuke, requires at least hundreds of seals. The mudra is actually just a process of guiding the flow of chakra. And the order of mudras determines how the chakra flows. The reason why ninjas need seals to be able to release ninjutsu is largely because ordinary ninjas have no way to remember all ninjutsu chakra flow trajectories. In this case, a seal is necessary, but now, according to this technique, it is not difficult for Sasuke to reversely deduce the order of seals. But it takes hundreds of seals just to seal. At the same time, after the seal is completed, it is necessary to maintain the action of the seal, and the last seal needs to condense a lot of chakra. So it still takes about 3 minutes to prepare. It also depends on whether Sasuke is in a fighting state. If the chakra in the body is still flowing elsewhere, the speed will be slower. The best solution in this case is to summon a summoning beast, which will be guarded by the summoning beast during Sasuke's seal preparation. In this way, the time can be delayed enough, just like Jiraiya. But Sasuke doesn't have any summoning beasts now, so this trick will naturally not work. Although I don't have a summoning beast, I can make seals with one hand, and the other hand can be used for fighting. Just try not to use chakra as much as possible, otherwise it will affect the formation speed of the mind pool. In this way, it is indispensable to strengthen the practice of gymnastics. When casting Thunder Pond, one-handed physical skills are used to deal with the enemy's attack. If you activate the spell seal form, then you should be able to shorten the condensation time of the Thunder Pool technique. But while maintaining the shape of the curse seal, while fighting the enemy, he must continue to condense the Thunder Pool technique. The degree of difficulty is not generally large. But Sasuke thinks there is no problem. Open black lens bracket. Congratulations to host for successfully developing a new ninjutsu. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Lightning style, endless lightning pool, introduction, close black lens bracket. The new ninjutsu was successfully developed. Based on this ninjutsu, you can try to develop Lei Ying in the future, and of course there are other tricks. The development process of a ninjutsu is not so simple. By the time Sasuke had completely perfected this technique, a whole night had passed. It took Sasuke a long time to choose the order of printing in the combing process. After a busy night, Sasuke is feeling a bit tired now. Go back to Konoha and go home, ready to rest. However, when Sasuke came home at this time, he accidentally found an Anbu ninja sneaking around, looking in the direction of his house. Taking a closer look, Sasuke immediately understood. This is not Konoha's Anbu ninja, but Shiro. You came to me so soon, it seems that there should be news from the Hokage building. Sasuke silently gestured towards the Anbu ninja who was pretending to be Shiro. Soon the two met in a park in Konoha. How is it? Sasuke looked at Shiro with a smile. There should be good news for me. Looking at the tired Sasuke between his brows, Bai was inexplicably distressed, but he didn't notice his situation. Immediately began to say, the defense of the Hokage building is very tight. In normal times, there are more than 30 Anbu ninjas guarding the Konoha building. At the same time, even if Konoha Hokage leaves the Konoha building, the remaining Anbu ninjas will remain at around 20. And I found the location of the sealed book you want. But this place, Wang's, is not so easy to go to. The true guardian of the sealed book is Hokage himself. But Hokage will not run around with this thing on his back, and the location of the sealed book is behind Hokage's office. In a room dedicated to storing confidential documents. At the same time, the sealed book roared in it. And if you want to enter, you must pass through the Hokage office. It can be said that it is basically impossible for someone to pass through dozens of Anbu ninja guards and enter the Hokage building. It is also possible to enter this room without being noticed by Hokage. After reaching such a conclusion, Bai looked at Sasuke. The sealed book is impossible to steal. That's right. I think it's very possible. Sasuke smiled. Hokage is indeed difficult to deal with, but if Hokage is not there, then this is another situation. There are only dozens of Anbu ninjas, which are much easier to deal with than Hokage. See, Sasuke seems determined to steal what sealing techniques. Bai didn't intend to stop him, but he felt that if Sasuke just went like this, something might go wrong. It's okay to deal with Anbu ninja, but do you still want to deal with Konoha's Hokage? That is simply courting death. I can't see that you got it done so quickly. It seems that you are very suitable for work like collecting intelligence. Sasuke said. At this time, Bai seemed to be thinking about something. Do you have to steal the sealed book? Although he didn't know why Shiro asked this suddenly, Sasuke nodded in affirmation. That's right. I am determined to obtain the sealed book. Bai sighed softly. In this case, I'll take you there. Bai said as if he was afraid that Sasuke might misunderstand something. I just don't want you to die in the hands of others. Hearing this, Sasuke was taken aback for a moment, and then smiled. Let's go. Walk. Where to go? Sasuke smiled. Although I want to steal the sealed book, but not now. Then when are you going to do it? Chunin exam. Chunin exam? After thinking for a while, if this is the case, the chances are much greater. In Konoha's Chunin exam, the guards will definitely be relatively weak. In this way, it can increase the success rate by more than 280. 2 days until the Chunin exam. I'll let you know when it's time to do it. You stay here and hide carefully these days. Don't be spotted by Konoha's Anbu ninja. Bai nodded, and glanced at Sasuke as if he wanted to tell him something, but in the end he didn't say anything. After Bai disappeared, Sasuke was also ready to take a good rest, but counting the time, he still had to go get some things today. After returning to Konoha after the last wave mission, Sasuke ordered a batch of equipment for training. In addition to starting training for the body, there is an alloy katana sword that Sasuke ordered. Although Sasuke does not have a kusanagi sword at this stage, the ninja sword made of alloy is also very good. Just right for Hitaki sword art. In order to buy these things, Sasuke spent all the rewards for this A-level mission. Go to the streets of Konoha and find the shop that specializes in making all kinds of utensils for ninjas. Sasuke will pay the final payment. One person carried all kinds of barbells, and moved them all back to his home in one go. There is also a brand new alloy ninja sword. Due to Sasuke's height, Sasuke did not choose a normal size knife. Instead, it is a slightly shorter ninja knife. This length is just enough for Sasuke. The standard length ninja sword, when Sasuke picks it up, it feels like a child wants to play with an adult's weapon. A nondescript feeling. Bring these things home. The Chunin exam is also approaching. For the rest of the time, Sasuke decided to practice at home. First of all, lightning style, endless lightning pool is very powerful, but in the final analysis, it still needs enough chakra of Sasuke. Otherwise, there would be too much thunder and lightning, and it would be embarrassing if it exceeded the limit of control. For the next 2 days, Sasuke decided to suspend all other practices. Start practicing chakra with all your strength, and once you are tired from practicing chakra, then start to polish your body. It just so happened that all the things used for training came back. Sasuke is going to try to discover the second reward that the system gives him. How much surprise can the excellent physique bring him? I don't know if I can make myself stronger quickly through this kind of exercise. Replacing sleep with chakra refinement, although the rest is not as good as real sleep and rest. But it's enough for Sasuke's current physique. 5 times of chakra refining were carried out, and it took about 6 hours. Sasuke also felt the limit and needed to stop and rest for a while. At the same time, the chakra in the body has increased a lot, again. Then start training your strength. With these training equipment, training in this area is much more convenient. As for wearing weights, first of all, Sasuke doesn't think it can have much training effect. Secondly, Sasuke felt that he probably didn't need this kind of training at all. System rewards, excellent physique. What Sasuke is given is a body that can be tapped infinitely and has infinite potential. No matter what kind of training is performed on this body, it can quickly change the body. Rapid appearance enhancement. Sasuke has only just started strength training. At the beginning, I felt very strenuous for the special barbell. But after trying a few sets, the strength can be obviously increased. The muscles in the body are burning like flames. Goo goo, suddenly there was a sound in my stomach. Sasuke smiled wryly. It seems that training for strength requires rich nutrition. Fortunately, there is no shortage of food at Sasuke's house. After I made a little milk, bread, eggs and so on, I ate it. Sasuke continued to devote himself to physical training. The more he trains, the more Sasuke feels the changes in his body. Every muscle in my body seemed to be burning. While there was a faint tingling sensation, there was also a burst of extremely comfortable feeling. This feeling of being able to clearly feel that his body is changing rapidly made Sasuke unable to stop. In terms of physical fitness, after a day of crazy practice, Sasuke has probably been able to catch up with Xiaoli. Now, against a ninja of the Jonin level, Sasuke the Emperor will not be at a disadvantage. Coupled with lightning style and Sasuke's terrifying taijutsu and sword skills, the ordinary Jonin may be easily killed with just taijutsu. But training is not endless. Although continuous high-intensity training has unearthed a considerable part of the body's potential. But it also made Sasuke feel exhausted. In this state, Sasuke sat down cross-legged to start another round of chakra refining. The body is tired, and now it is time to start mental torture. And the more desperate the situation, the more helpful it is for the improvement of chakra. Sasuke also refines chakra 5 times this time. But it almost caused the chakra in the body to double directly. This is something Sasuke didn't expect. Let the body get close to the limit, and then perform chakra refinement. In this case, it turns out that the effect is so good. Sasuke, who discovered this situation, was like discovering a treasure. Immediately start the second round of extreme overdraft. Why come back to see me, an old man, when you have time? On the roof of the Hokage building, it was rare for third Hokage not to stay in the office, looking at the whole Konoha from the rooftop. And beside him was a white-haired man. This man is none other than one of the legendary Sannin, Jiraiya. On the eve of the Chunin exam, Jiraiya returned to Konoha. and has met with Naruto, taught Naruto summoning technique. Today is to take a look at 3rd generation and warn 3rd generation about something. It's been a long time since I've been back. I'll stop by to say hello to you. Idiot, the old man already knew you were back. Hearing this, Jiraiya smiled and glanced at 3rd generation with a wretched look. I know, your old technique is to see the whole Konoha anytime, anywhere. How about it? I have seen Konoha's women's bathhouses over the years, right? Cough cough cough. Hiruzen coughed a few times. How could my dignified 3rd Hokage do such a thing? Really, old man, seeing that your body is getting weaker and weaker, you should still have some. You talk a lot. Saying that, 3rd generation's expression became serious. Naruto, how are you feeling? Hearing this, Jiraiya nodded. Very good boy. Talent is also very strong. Speaking talent, Hiruzen would like to talk about Uchiha Sasuke. But Jiraiya noticed Sasuke early on. Old man, in this generation, the gods have taken special care of Konoha. Naruto's talents are nice, but there seems to be better imps than Naruto's talents. It's a pity he seems to be from the Uchiha clan. As he said that, Jiraiya glanced at Hiruzen, and Hiruzen actually showed a somewhat unhappy look this time. What happened to the Uchiha clan? Seeing this, Jiraiya was even more relieved. He was worried that Hiruzen would let go of such a good seed because of the identity of the other party. Kakashi told me that Uchiha Sasuke's talent is probably unique. Even in wartime, Uchiha Sasuke can definitely stand out from the crowd. Saying that, Jiraiya turned around and patted 3rd generation on the shoulder. Since Konoha has such a genius, old man, don't miss it so easily. Does the old man still need your reminder? Hiruzen took a puff of his pipe. After the Chunin exam, I decided to accept him as an apprentice. Saying that, Hiruzen thought for a while. Since Naruto is good, let's join Naruto too. The future of Konoha may be in the hands of these two brats. After finishing speaking, Hiruzen glanced at Jiraiya again. Don't leave when you come back this time. Konoha's manpower is not enough. Jiraiya smiled. When did Konoha have enough staff? I still have my own mission to complete, old man, but this time I want to remind you that when I tracked down those people, I found traces of Orochimaru. Recently, Orochimaru will probably take advantage of the Chunin exam gap to do something in Konoha. Speaking of Orochimaru, Hiruzen's expression changed a lot. Don't worry, that guy can't make any waves in my hands. Seeing that Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't seem to take Orochimaru very seriously, Jiraiya just sighed silently. That's what he's worried about. There is one more day until the Chunin exam. And at this moment, somewhere in Konoha, Naruto and Sakura-chan are having a friendly exchange. The person who appeared at this time aggressively provoked the two of them. As this Konoha's ninja, it doesn't look very good. It's no different than an idiot. Idiot? Naruto turned to look at the guy who appeared at the intersection. Bastard, who did you just call an idiot? Of course I'm talking about you, Konoha's ninja. After carefully looking at the forehead protector on the opponent's forehead, Naruto froze for a moment. Isn't the other party a ninja from Konoha? San Shinobi, are you here to take the Chunin exam? In the original book, Naruto and the others were temporarily notified to take the Chunin exam, but now Kakashi has already told them. And told them to hurry up and practice. Your teacher didn't tell you. Come to Konoha to take the Chunin exam, should you be more polite? Are the ninjas of San Shinobi all arrogant and domineering things like you? The one who provoked Naruto was none other than Kankuro. *****0 What Naruto said just now made him very angry. How dare an idiot speak to him in that tone? Immediately, Kankuro's gaze became much darker. And Naruto also stared at each other without giving in. The current Naruto is much stronger than the original. In terms of momentum, he will not lose to Kankuro. Bang! The two suddenly rushed out at the same time. Elbows collided with each other in the air, and the fight made a fierce crosstalk. And this time Kankuro was a little surprised. What a lot of strength, a ninja who specializes in body arts. Kankuro stepped back. Prepare to take out the puppet behind it. However, A voice stopped him in the next second. Enough Kankuro. Naruto and little Sakura looked up towards the person in the tree. A weirdo with a gourd on his back. Hokage gourd baby Gaara appeared. However, Gaara looked at the two people in front of him and suddenly said a name that surprised them both. Uchiha Sasuke. Konoha Shinobi. Do you know the ninja from Class 7? Clam? Naruto and little Sakura are confused. Why did this guy ask Sasuke as soon as he came up? And at this time Temari's voice sounded. Gaara, have you forgotten? These two seem to be genins from Class 7. One is called Naruto, and the other is Haruno Sakura's genin. Gaara still looked at Naruto and little Sakura blankly. Only Uchiha Sasuke is eligible for me to remember. These two people have no impression. Although it is not clear what is going on, Naruto and little Sakura are a little angry now. What's the meaning? Is this guy looking down on us so much? As a member of the 7th class, this guy has obviously read the information about the 7th class. Although Sasuke is strong, this guy only remembers Sasuke. It's too hateful not to remember them. Is there anyone out there like this? Uchiha Sasuke is your companion. Gaara asks again. Naruto couldn't help but, so what? Gaara smiled suddenly. It's nothing, please bring him something. What words? His head, I want it. Master Orochimaru, do you really think so highly of that Uchiha brat? In a certain room in Konoha, Orochimaru pretending to be 4th Kazekage is resting with Kimimaro. Orochimaru smiled, of course. This is the container I am most satisfied with. It stands to reason that that kid just accepted the gift from Lord Orochimaru, and it wasn't long before he got the cursed seal of the sky. At this time, he should be very troubled even to open the seal. Isn't it a little too much to deal with Sand Shinobi's Jinchuriki imp? Kimimaro asks. Orochimaru, on the other hand, seemed completely unimpressed. Don't look at that kid with normal eyes. I think he will give me a surprise. Looks like Orochimaru-sama has faith in that brat. Orochimaru sneered. I'll find out tomorrow. How much is that kid? 260. Under the night. Sasuke, who is still training, boom. Put down the barbell in your hand. Now the 300 kilograms barbell is no pressure for Sasuke at all. It is easy to lift it up, and even use the barbell as a weapon to practice swinging. There is no problem at all. Sasuke, who was covered in sweat, went to the bathroom and rinsed off. Come out and continue to sit cross-legged on the bed, preparing for the final chakra refining. The Jonins who were gathering in Hokage's office at this very moment. They all started to recommend their genin to take this Chunin exam. And this year, all genin who just graduated are recommended taking the Chunin exam this year, which surprised the other above figures a bit. It seems that this year's genin talents are very good. Otherwise, they would not let their guide Jonin, who just recommended them to take the Chunin exam in the first year. Okay, the list of candidates for the exam is determined. This time Kirigakure, Cloud Shinobi Village also sent their country's genin pre-discs. Although they are all small roles, they must not be careless. Let's go. With the order of the 3rd generation, all the Jonin disappeared in Hokage's office. Leaving 3rd generation alone looking at the crystal ball behind him, Sand Shinobi's one-tail calendar. Send Jinchuriki to Konoha's Chunin exam. It can be seen that 4th Kazekage is still the same as before, and its support for Konoha has not changed in the slightest. In this way, Hiruzen felt a little more at ease. The next day, Sasuke puts on new clothes. Although it is said to be new clothes, in fact the style has not changed at all. It's just that the color of the clothes has changed from the original blue to black. At the same time, there is an extra ninja knife behind him. Its size is probably slightly longer than the ninja knife that Kakashi carried back then. Head to the first test site for the Chunin exam. Sasuke and Naruto, the better they are, gather at a certain place. After gathering, we started to move towards the Chunin exam venue. At this time, Naruto is also telling Sasuke about the encounter with Gaara yesterday. And if the other party asks Naruto to take it, Naruto can be regarded as surrendering to Sasuke in another way today. Sasuke, Did you somehow provoke this group of sand shinobi people? Hearing this, Sasuke shook his head. I haven't even been out of Konoha. How can I be a ninja of sand shinobi? But this is indeed a bit strange. Sasuke didn't go out yesterday. According to the situation in the original book, I will not attract Gaara's attention. But now Gaara seems to be very concerned about herself, and has reached the point where she can't wait to kill herself immediately. What the hell does this happen? This made Sasuke a little confused. But it doesn't matter, even Gaara is not a threat to Sasuke. Gaara's sand can't stop his lightning style. We meet again, Uchiha Sasuke. Suddenly Sasuke heard a familiar voice. It was Xiaoli's voice. Sasuke turned his head to look at the three people who were walking slowly. Lee Locke, Hyuga Neji, Tiantian. Naruto glanced at Neji. Isn't this the guy from the Hyuga clan who fought against Sasuke last time? In the end, he was easily defeated by Sasuke. Are these guys still not convinced and came to pick Sasuke? Lee Locke glanced at little Sakura. Suddenly the whole person began to flush. But Sasuke was here, and he quickly regained his seriousness. In order to hit you, I did it specifically for you. I'm sure to surprise you this time, Uchiha Sasuke. Lee Locke says. Neji on the side also stared at Sasuke. The glory lost by the Hyuga clan, I will definitely take it back with my own hands. Now Sasuke feels some trouble. This Chunin exam has not really started yet, and he has already attracted the attention of so many people. This is strange. It's okay to say that Lee Locke and Neji are the ones who provoked these two guys by themselves. It's no wonder that they are so numerous that they miss themselves. But what about Gaara and the others? Sasuke couldn't figure it out. The entrance to the first session of the Chunin exam, the boring illusion test, this kind of thing is completely useless to Sasuke who has Sharingan. Take Naruto and little Sakura who have not reacted directly to the second floor. As soon as you enter the door, Sasuke immediately felt countless eyes gathered towards his position. Is this Uchiha Sasuke? Sure enough, it doesn't look simple. He is indeed the most outstanding guy in Konoha's generation. I watched his battle with Hyuga, it was so exciting. My teacher said that his strength is not weaker than Jonin. Not weaker than Jonin. Kankuro curled his lips. In terms of combat ability, they don't think they are inferior to Jonin. Especially Gaara, it is simply a dimensionality reduction blow. Gaara was looking at Sasuke intently at this moment. The more you look at Gaara's murderous aura, the more obvious it becomes, and it seems like he can't help but want to directly attack at 0.1. At this time, a person suddenly appeared and disrupted the tense atmosphere. Yukushi Kabuto appears. Welcome to the new candidates, you are the ninjas under Kakashi, the 7th class. Naruto froze for a moment. How do you know? 2. You can find out about this kind of thing after a little inquiring. Gathering information is also a compulsory course for ninjas. As he spoke, he took out a stack of cards, about all the genin who took the exam this year. I collected their information and made it into a data card, so I can look it up at any time. Data card. Naruto looked at the opponent's hand very curiously. Then pointed at Gaara. Any information about this guy? Do smiled helplessly. Of course. Show me. I want to see what this stinky guy is from.